Who is likely to be William Ruto's running mate in 2022? Several names have always been floated. The name of Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru. But if you ask me, I think Anne Waiguru is now out of the equation. She will defend her seat in Kirinyaga. Then there was the time the name of Moses Kuria was featuring prominently. But we all know that Moses Kuria was President Uhuru Kenyatta's Trojan horse in William Ruto's camp. And they've already fallen out. So Moses Kuria cannot be William Ruto's running mate. Who again? Rigathi Gachagua? I don't think Rigathi Gachagua can make a good running mate to the DP. He's past as a DO. The way he speaks, okay, he is appealing to the people of the larger Mount Kenya region and the Kalenjin nation. But beyond that, I don't think Rigathi Gachagua can excite the voters in Mombasa or even the voters in Kakamega, even in Kisii. So I don't think Rigathi Gachagua can be a good running mate. Then at some point, there was the mention of Martha Karua. Martha Karua has maintained that William Ruto is the least qualified to lead this country. Who else? Mwangi Kiunjuri. Mwangi Kiunjuri was even fired for standing with the deputy president. But again, they have fallen out. There's also the talk that William Ruto can actually reach out to Musalia Mudavadi. I don't think that's going to work. Musalia Mudavadi will be on the ballot as a presidential candidate in 2022. And there were also the talk that he might go to Western and get someone. But we all remember that at some point, Ben Washiali and the crew announced to the entire country that they can't get a running mate to the DP, so they are willing just to enter into some negotiations with the deputy president. But who can be William Ruto's running mate? If I were the DP, I'll look for Kalonzo Musyoka. But Kalonzo Musyoka is playing a different kind of politics. So Kalonzo Musyoka is also out. That leaves me with the one man called Aden Duale. So in this video today, I want to explain to you guys why I think Aden Duale could actually be the deputy president's running mate in 2022. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Now let us get back to the main issue. Can Aden Duale make a good running mate to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto? That's the question. In my view, Aden Duale can actually make one of the best running mates to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. If Ruto was to win the presidency, he can win with Aden Duale as a running mate. If he were to lose, he can also lose with Aden Duale as the running mate. Why do I believe that Aden Duale can actually make a good running mate to the Deputy President? Number one, loyalty. Is there any other leader who is loyal to William Samoei Ruto than Aden Duale? Is there? Just show me one. Oscar Sudi? No. Oscar Sudi can actually dump Ruto. What about Rigathi Gachagua? No. Rigathi Gachagua is just bitter with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, what about Susan Kihika? Susan Kihika is just interested in her gubernatorial seat. If today Jubilee were to become popular in Nakuru, Susan Kihika will be in Jubilee. Who else? Kipchumba Murkomen? I don't think so. We saw Kipchumba Murkomen going slow on the DP just the other day. So, if you talk of loyalty, Aden Duale is one of the most loyal people to the deputy president. This is a guy who was in ODM. Remember, Aden Duale was brought to politics by Raila Odinga. He was working in some hotel there. Then he was elected. Raila even funded his campaign. Then he met the DP there. From that time, Aden Duale and the deputy president have worked together to an extent that he was sacrificed as a majority leader. In my view, Aden Duale was one of the best majority leaders in this country. He served Jubilee diligently. He also respected the president. He was unlike the deputy president. In fact, Aden Duale respected President Uhuru Kenyatta, if you ask me. But his loyalty to the deputy president never changed. Other people would not have allowed themselves. Aden Duale comes from Somali. He's one of the, he comes from Northeastern. He's of the Somali origin. So definitely, he is disadvantaged. But despite that, he's stuck with the deputy president. So his loyalty to the deputy president is top. So because of that alone, that qualifies him on top of any other person to be William Ruto's running mate. That's number one. Number two is game of numbers. The choice of a running mate must actually be able to bring numbers to the table. Can Aden Duale bring numbers to the table? For us to answer that question, let us go back to Jubilee. To UDA. Who can bring numbers in UDA? Can Rigathi Gachagua bring numbers? Can Anne Waiguru bring numbers? The person who can bring numbers to Ruto is Aden Duale. Why am I saying so? In this country, the population of the Somali are so high. You go everywhere, you find them. In fact, I was in my hometown, my home center, shopping center of Sondu the other day. They're taking over businesses there. The other day I was reading Homa Bay, they have taken over. So which means if they decide that for the first time in the history of this republic, Ruto is giving them a running mate, it's going to be easy for them to rally around Aden Duale. So that's the first block he can easily bring, the Somali. The second block he can easily bring to the deputy president is the Muslim votes. The day Ruto will name Aden Duale as his running mate, he will be featured prominently as a Muslim. What is the population in terms of percentage of Muslim in this country or Muslim voting bloc? Because Ruto is projecting himself as a Christian. So which means someone can easily de-campaign him amongst the Muslim community. When Raila Odinga was in, where were they? Where was Raila Odinga last? No, in those during the Northeastern meeting. Sheikh Juma Ngao, I think they were in Lamu. Sheikh Juma Ngao produced a list of the people purportedly appointed by the deputy president from the Kalenjin nation. When he was in government, the half of government he appointed, all of them were Kalenjins. And he went further and explained that he didn't look for even a Muslim from the Kalenjin community. So basically, he can easily bring the Somali and the Muslim votes. That's going to be very important for the deputy president. Who else can bring that? The third reason is that Aden Duale can actually be used to solve the lower Mount Kenya equation for the deputy president. The deputy president is under a lot of pressure to nominate or to support someone from the Kikuyu nation as his running mate or from the Luhya nation. Kikuyus are telling the deputy president that for you, you supported President Uhuru Kenyatta and you brought the Kalenjin vote, which is okay. For us, we are going to vote for you. But what are we getting? So their demand is simple. We want a running mate. The Luhya nation is reluctant to support the DP because the DP is not offering them any tangible thing. So to solve that, because the deputy president can actually go to Mount Kenya region and still get the votes with or without a running mate from that place. He can still go to Luhya nation and still get votes with or without a running mate from that place. So by bringing up Aden Duale, he can project him as a marginalized community. And the fact that he'll be projected as a marginalized community, it means he can be easily pushed at the national level. So because of that, I think the DP might decide, let me just pick Aden Duale so that I don't have a lot of issues to do why I picked someone from Central. Because if Ruto were to pick Rigathi Gachagua today, the rest can rebel from that region. If you were to pick, for example, Anne Waiguru, the rest can rebel. So for him, he can easily just decide, let me get Aden Duale. Equation solved. Number 4, in my view, is ability to raise funds. One of the qualities of a good running mate is his ability to help raise funds for the campaigns. Aden Duale has been in government. You know all the scandals he's been involved in. So which means already Aden Duale as an individual is a billionaire. You leave that alone. Aden Duale being nominated as a running mate can easily raise money in this country for the deputy president. In this country, we have only 2 tribes or 3 with billionaires. You get Kikuyu billionaires, many of them. You get the Somali billionaires, and then you can go to the coast and get billionaires there. Aden Duale can reach out to the billionaires from the coast and the billionaires from the Somali community, both here and outside the border. As a Muslim, he can easily go to those Middle East countries, and he will come with good money for campaigns. I don't think these other guys will be able to do that. They'll be depending on the money from the deputy president. Number 5, in my view, is Aden Duale's credibility. And when I talk of credibility, I'm talking of credibility in terms of the UDA. Who are some of the credible people within the UDA party? Hassan Omar, can you name another one? Yeah, can you name Kipchumba Murkomen? Maybe not. Who? Name. Who can be a running mate? So if you look at UDA as a whole, the last man standing in terms of credibility is Aden Duale. His integrity, he can stand say, okay, I'm not being involved in much scandals, you know. I mean, I'm not, you know, when I talk of credibility, because of his credibility, Aden Duale qualifies. And number 6, which is my last point, is that Aden Duale is an experienced campaigner. The truth of the matter is that before you make the choice of a running mate, you must figure out the possibility of this guy leading a campaign in your absence. When Kibaki was involved in an accident, Raila Odinga took over that campaign. I am sure you all agree that William Ruto took over the campaigns of President Uhuru Kenyatta. In fact, if President Uhuru Kenyatta was in one way or the other unable to campaign, William Ruto would have easily fit in. What about Kalonzo Musyoka on Raila Odinga's side as a running mate? Kalonzo Musyoka would have campaigned for Raila Odinga. Now, you go to Jubilee. Who can campaign for the DP? Who? Anne Waiguru. Moses Kuria is a good campaigner. But I don't think on a serious matter he can lead a campaign in 2022. So because of those reasons, I strongly believe that Aden Duale can easily make a good running mate to the deputy president. And I don't want to rule out the possibility that the fact that he's now coming back to the political scene again, probably is coming back after some of those issues and discussions. Expect Aden Duale to be named as William Ruto's running mate. Looked far-fetched, but could happen. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.